Well, hi there and welcome to the ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for April 11th, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayers of OptionSource.net. Let's start off with a look at the weekly chart of the U.S. dollar index. This is a great way to gain perspective as to how the U.S. dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. While the U.S. dollar index hit the 75 support as anticipated. Now, this level should hold as support with a retracement likely meeting with resistance at 76. Until we see a breakback above that 76-77 focal zone, the path of least resistance for the U.S. dollar continues to be to the downside. Now, a look at the daily chart shows that most of the drop took place on Friday. Again, until we see a breakback above 76, the bigger picture trend remains to the downside. Let's take a look at the CDD, the U.S. versus the Canadian dollar. Well, the CDD is now testing support within our 95-96 focal zone. The 97-98 zone continues to hold its role as resistance. Without a break back above 97, we will continue to respect the downtrend. Let's take a look at the YUK. Well, the YUK continues to push towards that 86-87 focal zone. However, we may see a retracement back down to 84 before this uptrend continues. Let's take a look at the EUI, the U.S. versus the Euro. Well, the EUI continues to trend lower with the 68-69 box now being tested as support. We may see a retracement as high as 70-71. However, the trend remains to the downside. Let's take a look at the BPX, the U.S. versus the British pound. Well, the BPX failed to break above that 62.5 resistance level that we had on our radar last week and completely reversed to the downside, now testing support at 61.5. Now, a bounce could retrace as high as 62. However, a break below 61 could extend as low as this 59.5 60 box. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar versus the Australian dollar as seen here in the ISE FX options pair value, AUX. Well, the AUX has lost considerable ground over the last several weeks with the pair value slicing through our 95-96 support. This level now assumes the role of resistance, and failure to retrace and hold back above this zone opens the window for a continuation which could extend as low as this 92-93 box. Let's take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the U.S. dollar index hit 75 as expected. This level should act as support since many currencies are hitting key support levels against the dollar. Until we see consolidation above 75, the trend remains to the downside. The CDD traded just shy of 95, which should act as a short-term support level. However, the trend remains down. The YUK continues to push towards 87. However, last Friday's reversal candle suggests the possibility of retracement lower. We may see a pullback this week. However, the trend remains to the upside. The EUI continues to trend lower with this 68-69 range now assuming the role of support. We should see a bounce higher this week. However, the trend in force remains to the downside. The BPX failed to break higher last week, completely reversing to test support down at 61. Failure to hold this level opens the window for a continuation lower to test the 59.5 60 focal zone. The AUX continued to free fall, slicing through the 95-96 support, which now assumes the role of resistance. Failure to reverse and consolidate above this level lends credibility to a continuation down towards the 92-93 focal zone. And this has been your ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for April 11th, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayers of OptionSource.net, reminding you to sign up for your free webinar at www.optionsource.net.